The pressure is on.
Things were grim when I got here, and unfortunately they've gotten more so.
For Joe Madison and his team at the Red Wolf Recovery Program to once again save the dwindling wild red wolf population. There are currently 12 known red wolves in the wild, all of them in eastern North Carolina.
Our morale is it can get low at times as we see, another breeding male shot, or breeding female that has pups hit by a vehicle or things like that. It's pretty. It can be pretty devastating.
The two leading causes of death for these red wolves: landowners with guns and cars. There were no pups born in 2019, the first time since recovery efforts began in 1987. Now the clock is ticking to capture and transport wolves across the country to find possible mates in time for their only breeding season, February.
And out in the field there, we have a temporary acclimation pen.
Way out in the field. It's an orange 8-foot-tall electric fence. Inside is a male red wolf captured at Alligator River and a female brought up from St. Vincent Island, Florida. They will be kept here for about 2 weeks to bond and hopefully breed. But these wild red wolves are not the last resort.
The unfortunate event that this population was to decline to zero, there is still a population of red wolves that can be reintroduced to other areas.
There are roughly 250 red wolves in captivity. They are critical to keeping the species alive as the wild red wolves face uncertainty. The man in charge of all of them is Chris Lasher at the North Carolina Zoo.
My primary responsibility as the species survival program manager is to make sure that the animal doesn't go extinct. So we call it an assurance population. We can protect these guys under human care, and we can breed them appropriately under human care.
He plays matchmaker for wolves across the country, like the ones that Sherry Samuels watches over at the North Carolina Museum of Life and Science in Durham.
To hold 6 newborn pups out of 250 left in the world, it's pretty scary to think that I've had about 1% of the entire population in my lap.
She's talking about these 6 pups. They're actually more like 2% of that population. But it wasn't always this grim.
And there was 130 to 150 red wolves out here, and they were doing their thing. Sometimes it's difficult. We focus on the that it's currently not doing well, but I don't want to lose the sight of how well this population was doing and can do again.
In Mania, North Carolina, I'm Peyton Tysinger.